Good morning, everyone. I am Ronelyn M. Dacalios, the reporter of the Chapter 3, Nature of Performance-Based Assessment. This chapter gives an introduction to performance assessment. It discusses the nature, principles, types, advantages, and limitations of performance-based assessment. So the assessment in which students carry out activities or produce product in demonstrating their metacognitive knowledge, understanding, and skills is called performance-based assessment. Now, let us discuss number 1. So the performance-based assessment, it means that the emphasis of this assessment is on the students' ability to perform tasks by producing their own authentic work with their knowledge and skills. Also, it involves students' engagement in producing a project. Types of activities that best exemplified the performance-based assessment include writing a research report, conducting experiments and investigation, and etc. It is stipulated in the DepEd Order Number 7, Series of 2012, that the highest level of assessment focuses on the performances of the students. Moreover, Lean 1995 stated that performance assessments provide a basis of teachers to evaluate both the effectiveness of the process or procedure used and the product resulting from performance of a task. Some performance assessment proponents contend that genuine performance assessment must possess at least 3 features. According to Profam 2011, there are 3 features. First, we have the multiple evaluation criteria. So, the student's performance should be assessed using various evaluation criteria. That is for number 1. The second is the pre-specified quality standards. So, in this feature, evaluation criteria are defined clearly before assessing the student performance. Third is the judgmental appraisal. So, in this feature, performance assessment rely on human judgment, not tests. Next, let us discuss types of performance tasks. First, we have solving a problem. We all know that in solving a problem, it requires critical thinking skills and problem-solving skills. So these skills need to be sharpened and developed by the learners. Second is completing an inquiry. So in completing an inquiry, students are asked to collect data in order to develop their understanding about a topic or issue. Example is science investigation, research-based activities, and etc. Third, we have determining a position. So in determining a position, it requires students to make decision or clarify a position. Examples are case analysis and issue-related activities or debate. Fourth, we have demonstration tasks. So from the word itself, demonstration, it shows how the students use knowledge and skills to complete the well-defined complex tasks. Examples are demonstrating steps or procedures of cooking, explaining earthquake safety procedures, and etc. Number 5, we have developing exhibits. So in developing exhibits are visual presentations or displays that need little or no explanation from the creators. Number 6 is presentation task. So this task is performed in front of the student. Examples are reporting, storytelling, singing, and etc. Number 7, the last one is capstone performances. So, in this type of performance tasks, the tasks occur at the end of a program of study and enable students to show knowledge and skills in the context that match the world of practicing professionals. So, examples are research paper, the practice teaching, internship, or the job training. That's end of my presentation, and the continuation of The discussion of this chapter will be reported by my partner, Miss Antolin.
So once again, good morning everyone. Now let us continue our lesson. So we are in the strength and limitation. So there are 5 strengths, which is the first, performance assessment clearly identifies and clarifies learning targets. This is authentic performance, world challenges, and situation can closely match with the various complex learning targets. Say for example, science experiment presentation. Then second, we have the performance assessment allows students to exhibit their own skills, talents, and expertise. So these tasks show integration of the student's skills, knowledge, and abilities, provide challenge and opportunities to exhibit their best creation. Example, a portfolio showcasing a collection of their creative writing pieces, a science experiment they designed and conducted, and also a musical performance, a live coding demonstration, or presentation. Next, we have the performance assessment advocates constructivist principle of learning. So the students are more engaged in active learning and give more opportunities to demonstrate their learning in different ways in complex tasks. For example, student-led research project where the students design their own experiment and present their findings in a comprehensive report or presentation. Next, we have the performance assessment use variety of approaches to the student evaluation. So this offers students a way of expressing their learning and increases the validity of students' evaluation. So say for example, a science project where students design and conduct an experiment, present their findings in a detailed written report, create a visual presentation with data analysis, and then participate in a class discussion where they answer questions about the experience from peers and teachers. Last, the performance assessment allows the teachers to explore the main goal and process of teaching and learning process. So the teachers may reflect and revisit learning targets, curriculum instructional practice, and standard as they utilize performance-based assessment. The example of this is the science experiment presentation with a detailed lab report. So now we are in the distinct limitation. So first limitation, we have the development of high quality performance assessment in a tedious process. Performance assessment needs careful planning and implementation. It is a very time consuming to construct good tasks. Example of this when a teacher is designing a complex project based to assignment that requires students to research, analyze, and present their findings. Next limitation, we have the performance assessment requires a considerable amount of time to administer. So this is paper and pencil takes 15 to 20 minutes per task to complete depending on the number items. For example, we have a student-led research project with a presentation to the class. Next, we have the performance assessment takes a great deal of time to score. So it is the more complex the process and performance, the more time you expect to spend on scoring. Example of this is a student-created video presentation. Next, we have the performance task score may have lower reliability. So this resulted to the inconsistency of scoring by teacher who interpret observation quite differently. For example, a subjective art critique where students are asked to interpret and evaluate a piece of artwork with a specific criteria of rubrics. So next we have the performance task completion made discouraging to less able students. So some tasks that require students to sustain interest for longer time by discouraging disadvantaged students. Say for example, we have a complex open-ended research project requires extensive writing and analysis. So that includes my report. Thank you for listening.